So, hi guys, I'm here to explain the mystery of the calendar cycles and the moon cycles and why some of you were deceived. Everything is still in the right timing and the order, but they scattered all the whole timings. Now, let me give an example now. I think if you think about 12 days, 12 supposed to be 12 times, yeah, you do 12 times 30 to 30, yeah, this is. I think it's what do I call it again? Actually there are 365 days in a non-lunar cycle day. I'm talking about in non-leap year there are 365 days. But considering no sorry in the year in a non-leap year there are 365 days. But do you know there's actually a 13th month you don't know about? So now let's go back to the normal history, the normal original calendar. Now the moon cycle is about 28 days in a month, but on a leap year it's always like around 29. Either 29 or one of them, 29, 30, one of them like that. Oh, I'm not really sure. I would have booked when I don't know my calculation. I've already done all the calculation. So I'll just have to call my memory from that book. So now when you do 13 times what? Let's say 28. 13 times 28 will give you what? Let me get my computer. I think I have to get a calculator with that so that I'll make sure I'm on point. Some of you should get your calculator and do 13 times 28. I just want to tell you the mystery of what is really going on. You do 13 times 20. Let's do it. That is 364. Are you hearing me? 364. That gives you what? 364. That means whatever those Julius and whatever then in the older Roman calendar, Roman time did, they just tried to take for some days and put it some other months. Probably maybe you're trying to pay for, maybe you're working on their taxes or to make their taxes to have more. The moment you have more days, you get more taxes done. So that's why they do from February, put it on that day. So if you want to do a test, let's have a test. This is an assignment for all of you. Take the January months and only add it up to 28. Any month you mean, let's say January is 31st. No, January had 31 days. Just make it 20. Put 28 plus 3. That's 29, 30, 31. So leave the 3 aside of it. Do that for February 28. So February, I was born in February. We're the perfect. That's why we have a perfect cycle. That's why February are people of love. They still maintain the natural order. So you go, I'm also born in them. I also have some things with August and some other things, Aquarius too. That's I don't want to talk about it. Let's forget about it. So number 2 is that take February, take March. I think March is also 30, 31, or that. Just remove 20, just make it to stop at 28. Yeah, put plus 2. If it remains 2-3 days remaining in March, do plus 2. If it's 31, if it is 30, do plus 2. You get what I'm saying? To do that for May, June, July, August, you will see that if you add the remaining, all the whole numbers were left over. The remainder numbers, apart from the removing, after adding all those 28, after you add the remaining numbers, you are going to get almost a number of 28 day cycles. So why do you have to add one more day? You now have to add one more day. What? Because of why? Because of daylight savings. I know daylight savings is telling you that it's balanced now. Things might not really be balanced. You just have to add one more day. One more day will give you. So what you do is that if you take all the whole 28, then add all the whole 2 dots, maybe 2, 3, 1, 2, May, June. Maybe June is 30, you add 2. If July is 31, 31, you add 3. So you just do like that. So when you take all the whole 28 and add them up together, you get a balanced number. Now take the remaining days. That will now give you a total of what? 364. Then you have to now add one more day. That one day is for what? Daylight savings. When you do that, you're going to get a total number of 365 days. You don't understand how the calendar works? The original calendar was for 28 days. That was the 13th month. But because of they were looking for a way to change certain things, either for taxes or whatever they were trying to do, or just to make people to be confused or whatever they were up to. Not just to confuse, but everybody is still on the same order. Because the Romans had to keep what they call the leap year. So now when you get to the leap year, you guys should not be confused. Now when you get to the leap year, you know that February becomes 29. That means the moon cycle is longer in February period. So when you now add one more to February and still adding one more to the daylight savings, you're going to get 300 and what? 66. You say everything is complete. So it was also April Fools just to deceive you. And I have to tell you that the beginning of the year, the real beginning of the year is on April 1st. I made some processes done on April 1st. I have to do it whenever you want to start off your year. You are supposed to do the prayers and everything on April 1st, not January. January was just one of the corrupted system from the Romans, just to deceive you. Yeah. So I did some financial and some other things on that January time, on that April 1st. And some other either before that time or after that time. I don't know what I went to go and do there. That is actually the real timing. That's what is the real timing. So other things will not happen. That's why you wait about April Fools. Why they call it April Fools? Just to tell you that you're all deceived and fooled, believing that the year is supposed to start in January. Have you ever wondered why December is called Deca? Deca is what, 10? But why is it 12? Why is it 12? No, answer that question. But Deca is actually 12. Now let's calculate if Deca is actually 10. Now let's calculate it very, very well. Let's say Deca is actually, because if you use the original one, let's say December is actually 10. So that means it should be 11 and 12, right? So let's calculate now. 11 January, 12 February, then 13th is what? 13th is March. So the new year now begins what? In April 1st. But they told you that November is what? 959, but it's 11, in normal Gregorian calendar. But they called it 11th month of the year. While it is November, that is 9. So you see everything was scattered. That was just 6 September. Sept. What is Sept? I think Sept is supposed to be, it's supposed to be 7. Yeah, it was Septalgan or whatever they call it. Then Oct supposed to be Octa, that is 8. So everything was just messed up. Try just do the calculation by yourself. Do Oct for 8, and Oct is actually 10. So just add 2 more. That will be Oct 8. Oct is 8, right? So let's say let's look at the original moon cycle of the universe. So if it is, you start from October 8, October 9, November. No, so October 8, November, October 9, November 10, December 11, January 12, February 13th, March. Then new day cycle starts from 4th of April. That starts from April's Fools Day. You don't understand? That is the mystery of the moon cycles. So don't remember that everything is still in the line order. And they were not stupid enough to make sure everything was perfect, because they know that the leap year is very, very important. I know they messed around cleaning times and seasons, but that was the Antichrist part of what those people have done to confuse people. But at the same time, they still maintain the yearly calendar. The timing. I'm talking about the divine timing, because they have to look for ways to adjust and make sure everything is still perfect, so that they don't lose any time. Because if you start to mess up with the calendar and you lose it other time, that's going to be very dangerous. That way you still have everything still added up to 365. Just do 12, just do 13 months, multiply by what? 28. You see that you're going to get 364. You have to now add 1 year for daylight saving. I know you feel that daylight saving might be lost for 24 hours and not good for 12 hours. But in the UK, you might actually lose almost day for a very long time. And it can be going on and on like that for some time. But yeah, what that does is just adjustment. You just have to take 1 day, add 1 day, and that gives you that. I was the only one that been able to decode everything. I have to decode everything for you. But I think some of the chosen ones would have figured it out to an extent. So what you have to understand about that. Remember, do 13th month. If the original month was that 13 months. That way you're actually 13 zodiac. The 13 zodiac you don't know about. That's why you're just finding that at the moment now, because they're actually deceived. You've actually been there, but they hid it from the masses to deceive you. You feel that there's actually 12 zodiacs. That is not also true. The zodiacs are not tied in the months too, and there are actually 13 zodiacs. But because of some, they wanted to look for a way to deceive me, try to change certain things and hide some things from people. And when lies become what? When lies are believed over and over again, what happens? It changes to facts, it becomes truth. But when truths are believed over and again, without sometimes it fades away. People may forget, it becomes myth, it becomes legend. That's when people who don't believe that gods were actually real. They don't really believe that Zeus was very, very real. Those two gods were very, very much real. All those gods of old were very, very much there. When they went into myth and legend, I thought you don't believe to believe it today, but they were actually very, very there. Guess what my name is? Can I give you like a shocker of your life? Do you know what my name is? My name is OC. So who the Egyptian god of Osiris that brought civilization? That's why I'm always very calm, because I brought what? Even though people thought that who was that stupid guy that tried to destroy me, I still have to come back to life, because I cannot just die like that. Yeah. But that was just my past. That was just my old past. That was just my former reincarnation. Yeah. So angels and human beings reincarnate over time. Somebody just be starting up their new cycle. They might not to reincarnate that much. So that's what people go through. So Osiris equals to OC, equals to the god of vegetation, equals to the god of the sun, or whatever you want to. I think you call Hidos the god of whatever. I don't really go too deep into that now. Do you not understand? That was my past. That's why I'm here to awaken humanity and the chosen. Hope you learned something very new. Make sure you try and do your calculation by yourself. Separate all the 28 days, all the whole month into 28 days. Add the remaining